They're real different? Yeah, Japanese comics, and that's what
they're probably in Japanese.
Are in Japanese. Besides that, they're different. While we were in Tokyo just last month to cover the opening of Madonna's Blonde Ambition tour, we also took some time to check out all sorts of aspects of Japanese pop culture, which is pretty wild, both in the ways it copies American culture and in the ways it's so very different from ours. And right now we've got a look at Japan's billion-dollar comic book market, or manga as it's known over there. There are literally hundreds of different styles of Japanese comics, from adventure and sci-fi to sports, romance, and even soft and hardcore pornography. Within the manga field, superstars have emerged, such as Katsuhiro Otomo, whose Akira comic makes millions in Japan, and according to his U.S. distributor, Marvel, sells 50,000 copies a month over here. Well, now Akira has become an animated film and is playing in the U.S., which makes this look at the wacky world of Japanese comics especially timely.
One of the reasons comics are so popular in Japan is that most stories are closely related to Japanese daily life. I like comics about baseball, tennis, and basketball. Japanese kids grow up with comics, so it's rather natural that they keep on reading them throughout their lives.
For their older audiences, Japanese comics offer more violence and unblinking sex than their American counterparts, but there may not be any deep sociological implications to any of this.
There is a great demand for comic book artists in Japan, but in fact there aren't enough artists to fill the magazines. So what they do is they pick up high school graduates and train them for a couple of months and let them do the work. And their work is most likely to be pornographic, because those are the easiest stories and they sell well.
But isn't this a little disturbing?
It's part of the culture, and I don't feel negative, nor do I have any particular opinion on it.
Manga artist Katsuhiro Otomo has broken big in Japan with his science fiction comic Akira, which posits a post-apocalyptic world filled with children gifted with telekinetic powers, which threaten to lead to an even more terrifying apocalypse. Akira is not strictly science fiction, though. It's also about rebellion against government and society.
I don't only intend to express my thoughts or theories through what I write, but I do intend to think together through this medium what we can do to improve the situation.
The Japanese interest in comics is also apparent in a number of animated motion pictures. Otomo wrote and directed an animated film of Akira that became the highest-grossing film in Japan and has gone on to break all records for an animated movie.
The process is totally different, but I worked closely with enthusiastic animators, and it worked really well.
Katsuhiro Otomo says he enjoys the freedom he finds in doing manga.
I feel more free to write whatever I like to write. There are no regulations in Japan about what to do and what not to do in terms of comic writing. I am more influenced by American movies, which I think are more violent than anything I see in Japan.
His American influences also have him yearning to work in America.
I envy artists in America because they have much better working conditions. If I had the opportunity, I'd like to do something for the American market and work with the American people.
Well, that film Akira is now playing at the Drexel Theater in Columbus, Ohio through the end of the month, and it opens on Friday at the Biograph in Washington, D.C. It'll also play theaters all over the country throughout the summer, so be on the lookout.
Isn't that a little unusual, an opening in Drexel, Ohio?
It's an odd place. It's a big
book market.
Wait, I mean, their artwork is so intense in that Japanese stuff.
We
can't even talk.
We don't have any time. We gotta go.
No time to chat.
Great. What do you got next?
I'm going to tell you about a new cult film that's out on home video. It's actually an old cult film, but it's